The summer transfer window is heating up. Liverpool and Manchester United have reportedly contacted Aurelien Tchouameni's representatives as the Real Madrid midfielder faces an uncertain future under Jose Mourinho. Meanwhile, Mateus Fernandes appears to have made his decision amid interest from Tottenham and Manchester United, while Spurs are preparing a serious move for Crystal Palace star Adam Wharton. In this video, we break down the latest transfer news, analyze the biggest rumors, and discuss what these potential deals could mean for the Premier League giants. Liverpool and Man United contact Real Madrid players, camp with preferred move named. Liverpool and Manchester United have now received a major boost in their pursuit of a Real Madrid star this summer, having both made contact with his agents. The Premier League duo are in for a busy summer transfer window and have already been active. The Red Devils have agreed a deal to sign Ederson from Atlanta, commencing their midfield rebuild, whilst Liverpool have now confirmed the arrival of Victor Munoz from Osasuna. The Reds have completed a shock hijack on Newcastle United, who will be getting sick of the sight of those at Anfield following last summer's Alexander Isak saga, and now this. They're not done yet with their business, either. Far from it, in fact. Reports have now claimed that Liverpool have offered a package worth €100 million, £87 million, to sign Yen Diomand and are firmly in the driving seat to land the RB Leipzig star. The Bundesliga club are still reportedly holding out for a bigger fee, but the Premier League giants have had no trouble spending big in the last 12 months and may not hesitate to do so once again. That would very much be their attacking problem solved, leaving Andoni Iraola's midfield next in line on the to-do list. And that's where one Real Madrid star could come into play. Real Madrid star likely to join Liverpool or Man United. Two Premier League giants are set to do battle over a big-name star. According to Team Talk, Liverpool and Man United have contacted Aurelien Tchouameni's camp. The Frenchman is at risk of losing his place in Spain, and his departure is now seen as a strong possibility, with Liverpool and Man United named as the likely destinations. That is a huge U-turn, given that Real Madrid were strongly denying rumors that their midfielder could leave after a training ground altercation with Federico Valverde. But Jose Mourinho's arrival has seemingly changed things. Liverpool and Man United won't be complaining, however, although Tchouameni is likely to cost any potential suitor around €100 million, £87 million. That's the price they'll be paying for a serial winner who's still at the peak of his powers. It would be particularly interesting if those at Anfield matched that asking price. They spent around £450 million last summer and could take their spending to almost £200 million with Diomand and Tchouameni just 1 year later. Mateus Fernandes decides next club after Man United and Tottenham talks. Tottenham may miss out on one of their midfield transfer targets this summer. Spurs have done some strong work in the summer transfer window already, with 3 signings in defense being made. Andy Robertson and Marco Senesi were swift free transfers from Liverpool and Bournemouth respectively, while Spurs acted quickly to get a £52 million deal for Jan-Paul Van Heck from Brighton over the line. Now attention will turn to other parts of the pitch, with Roberto De Zerbi keen to strengthen in midfield. Givensport understands that Tottenham are keen to make a statement signing this summer, and the central midfielders they are being linked with would certainly be that, given the figures involved. 2 midfielders Spurs want to sign. Spurs are in talks over a deal to sign Sandro Tonali from Newcastle, with the Magpies expecting a fee in the region of £100 million to get a deal done. Meanwhile, Spurs have also been in contact with West Ham star Mateus Fernandes representatives over a move to North London, with that deal likely to cost £80 million too. Spurs survived in the Premier League on the final day of last season at the expense of the Hammers, who will play in the Championship next season, and for Fernandes, that does not hold much excitement. The 21-year-old only left Southampton to join the Hammers last summer, after the Saints were relegated to the second tier, and another move may now be on the cards this year. Tottenham face competition in their bid to sign him, however, with Manchester United having already laid a lot of groundwork for a deal. United are in the market for at least 2 midfielders this summer, with Ederson already signed in a £38 million deal from Atlanta, bar the official confirmation. Tottenham and Man United both in talks to sign Fernandes. Fernandes is one of a number of names on their shortlist to arrive at Old Trafford, and a bid is already planned. Speaking on his YouTube channel, transfer expert Fabrizio Romano said, "It's true that Tottenham called the agent of the player. So, Tottenham had a conversation with the agent of player and are interested in Mateus Fernandes. But at the moment, it's still early to say where he is going. Tottenham calling, Manchester United in talks, Real Madrid under consideration." Now it has emerged that Fernandes would prefer a move to Old Trafford over staying in London and signing for West Ham's bitter rivals Tottenham. One trusted Spurs source on X posted after the links, "He has his heart set out on UTD." Adam Wharton, "What Spurs' pursuit of Palace star means for Man United?" Manchester United's departing superstar Case Moreau once described the midfield as the heartbeat of a football team, with virtually every one of England's elite on the hunt for a transplant this summer. The Red Devils have already struck a £39 million deal for Atlanta and Brazil international Ederson, though official completion will not come until his World Cup campaign concludes. But talks are ongoing to make Mateus Fernandes the second signing of the Michael Carrick era, with Manchester United having identified the West Ham United starlet as their leading target after Elliot Anderson communicated his wish to join Manchester City instead. The 21-year-old Portuguese maestro, capable of playing across a variety of roles in midfield, is understood to be prioritizing a move to Old Trafford, even if the Hammers have placed a prohibitive asking price, as high as £100 million on his head. However, Arsenal and Liverpool were also admirers of the Sporting CP Academy graduate, while Tottenham Hotspur have now stormed into the race as well, further strengthening West Ham United's negotiating position, despite Nuno Espirito Santo's side having suffered relegation. Tottenham Hotspur are pursuing Fernandes at the request of Roberto De Zerbi, with the Lilywhites prepared to go all out to back their new manager. A separate raid has been launched for Newcastle United dynamo Sandro Tonali, another target at Old Trafford, with David Ornstein revealing talks have been held with the 26-year-old's camp. Manchester United had identified Tonali as an option in the build-up to the window, with Carrick said to be an admirer of the Italy international. However, Newcastle slapped down a £100 million valuation to fend off interest, which led the Red Devils to cool their interest. Arsenal and Manchester City are both in the hunt for the Brescia native, where De Zerbi also hails from. It remains a distinct possibility the citizens sign both Anderson and Tonali if Rodri departs for Real Madrid, which would then potentially increase Manchester United's chances of pulling off a blockbuster deal for Aurelien Tchouameni. The Liverpool are also in contact with the French superstar. The only member of the Premier League's top six not mentioned so far is Chelsea. But the Blues are braced for interest from Real Madrid and their own midfield maestro, Enzo Fernandez. The 2022 World Cup winner, currently on duty in North America with Argentina, has previously admitted the Santiago Bernabeu attracts him, with Los Blancos considering him as part of a major revamp of Jose Mourinho's squad. Were Chelsea to lose Fernandes, they would aggressively enter the already fiercely competitive midfield market, and players like Fernandes and Tonali would gain yet another suitor. However, the West London club have stronger pre-existing links to Crystal Palace maestro Adam Wharton, yet another option on Ineos's radar. Spurs 0 and on Wharton. Manchester United have been tracking Wharton since he arrived at Selhurst Park from Blackburn Rovers in 2024. Under the tutelage of the departing Oliver Glasner, the 22-year-old has grown into one of England's best ball-playing midfielders, helping propel the Eagles to triumphs in the FA Cup and Europa Conference League. Possessing a wand of a left foot and incisive line-breaking vision, Wharton resembles a playmaker born in Barcelona rather than Blackburn. His teammate, Yeremy Pino, believes he could play for the Spain national team, such as his technical quality. Wharton is highly rated at Old Trafford, featuring highly on the list of targets in midfield. However, there is a sense he is not an ideal partner for Kobbie Mainoo, with the two players sharing many qualities and some of the same weaknesses. This led Manchester United to prioritize other targets with more physicality and versatility, such as Fernandes and Ederson, over the Palace talisman. Chelsea and Liverpool are understood to be big fans as well, with the Reds having held talks in recent weeks. Team Talk now reveals Tottenham Hotspur are ready to make a serious push for Wharton as there is internal recognition in North London that deals for either Fernandes or Tonali will prove difficult to conclude at this stage. As a result, Wharton is increasingly emerging as one of Tottenham's most realistic high-profile targets. Sources have told us that De Zerbi is a huge admirer of the 21-year-old, and there's confidence that a move for Wharton represents a deal the club has a genuine chance of completing, provided Palace are willing to engage. The report states Manchester United have maintained a long-standing appreciation and are continuing to, while Tottenham's ramping up their pursuit of Wharton may rule out an option held in high regard by United. It also provides tacit acceptance that prizing Fernandes from West Ham's grasp is unfeasible, as the Red Devils have the firmest hand on a deal for the Portuguese. Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid are both understood to have held initial talks with Fernandes' camp, though sources at Old Trafford indicate there is belief this is being inflated by his agent, Jorge Mendes, and there remains confidence a deal can be struck for a talent who shone last season despite being constrained by a struggling side. What do you think? Will Aurelien Tchouameni leave Real Madrid for Liverpool or Manchester United? Is Mateus Fernandes making the right choice by preferring Old Trafford? And can Tottenham convince Adam Wharton to join their project? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share for more daily football transfer updates.